Did you notice how the Apothecary Diaries constantly portrays Mao Mao like a cat? From her sharp eyes to her playful smirks and even down to her body language. She's framed a lot less like a typical protagonist and much more like a prowling feline. Honestly, here's the clever part. This isn't just a cute little quirk the show throws in. Instead, it's one of the smartest way the series shows us exactly who Mao Mao is and how she thinks, and honestly, it's the reason why we enjoy watching her so much. But why is it that it works so well? Well, that's what we're going to be diving into here today. Now, before we get started, a quick reminder, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can unlock the monetization and keep making these kinds of anime deep dives. So if you enjoyed this breakdown or others like them, then please hit that like button and subscribe, and it really helps me out more than you know. Okay, that's enough shilling. Now, let's talk Mao Mao cats and why the comparison is genius. So, Mao Mao is a character that's defined by contradictions. On the surface, she's blunt, disinterested, and a little bit mischievous. She'd rather avoid attention, but underneath, she's endlessly curious, bold, and just can't resist unraveling mysteries. And that constant push and pull, aloof but engaged, detached but razor sharp, that's exactly what makes the cat imagery fit so perfectly. Cats are known for being independent, curious, and unpredictable, and honestly, Mao Mao embodies all of that in human form. By showing her with cat-like expressions, narrowed eyes, sly smiles, sudden bursts of energy, the series makes her personality instantly legible to the audience. Even if you don't know Mao Mao yet, the moment she tilts her head and smirks like a cat, you already get the vibe. Even if you haven't watched any of the rest of the anime, if you just saw a clip of it, you would totally understand her personality instantly. The imperial palace is a place of refinement. Every servant and consort is expected to act with composure, smooth movements, polite smiles, voices that never rise too loud. It's a carefully maintained image of order. But Mamo, on the other hand, tries to blend in. She keeps her head down, does her work, plays the role of a lowly servant. But despite her best efforts, her natural personality shows through in small and unmistakable ways. She crouches to inspect something on the floor, leans in too close, lets her excitement show through, or gives a sly grin when she figures something out, or tilts her head sharp with calculating eyes. These little movements are where the cat imagery really shines. She isn't openly defying the palace's expectations, but she can't suppress her instincts either. And it's honestly that quiet tension between the refined role she's supposed to play and the feline mannerisms that keep slipping out that makes her so magnetic to watch. It reminds us that beneath the surface, Mao Mao is always her own person, no matter how strict the court may be. Here's the important thing. The cat motif isn't just about how Mao Mao looks, it's about how she thinks. Cats are notoriously curious, and honestly, Mao Mao embodies that to the extreme. She just can't stop herself from poking into mysteries, experimenting with herbs, or asking questions no one else dares, even when it might be better for her not to get involved. And then this trait is what drives the entire story forward, and the process is cat-like to the core. Every single case she solves with cat-like curiosity, watching quietly from the sidelines, noticing details others ignore. She doesn't rush in or make a scene. She just lingers in the background, observes silently, and waits for the right moment. And only once she's reached a conclusion is she ready to pounce on the answer, leaving everyone else stunned by just how much she noticed. It's less about showing off and more about scratching an itch, her relentless need to know. What makes this especially compelling is how different her motivation is from the other characters in the palace. Many are driven by ambition, romance, or duty, but Mamo, she isn't chasing power, or prestige, or even approval. Her driving force is pure curiosity. It's entirely self-focused. That same restless energy we recognize in cats. If there's a puzzle in front of her, she has to solve it. If there's a poison, she has to test it. Even if it gets her into trouble, she can't ignore that instinct. She acts out of her own self-interest and motivation that is entirely different from the other characters around her. And that's what keeps the audience hooked. We're drawn to her because we never know what details she's going to notice, what conclusion she's going to leap to next. Just like watching a cat investigate something in the corner of a room, we find ourselves leaning forward, waiting to see what she's going to uncover, and also waiting to see how she reacts to that then. Mao's curiosity, it doesn't just make her entertaining, it makes her the perfect lens with which to view the mysteries of the court. So ultimately, at the end of the day, what makes Mao's cat-like behavior work so well is just how it connects with us, the viewers. A lot of protagonists in anime are clever problem solvers, but Mao, she feels different just because of the way her personality is expressed, both visually and behaviorally. The cat-like imagery makes her instantly relatable and entertaining. We all know what it's like to watch a cat, either aloof one moment and then just completely fixated on something the next. And that unpredictability is funny, it's charming, it's a little mysterious, and honestly, Mao Mao captures all of that in human form. And that also makes her stand out in a crowded anime landscape. Instead of being defined by dramatic speeches or over the top superpowers, she's defined by subtle quirks. Her expressions, her mannerisms, the little things she does, the way she responds to things. And that nuance, that really sticks with people. And that's why she feels so memorable after just a few episodes, and why fans keep coming back to watch her in action. She just seems so real. Think about it. Curiosity, aloofness, mischief, those traits are immediately connected with cats. By embodying those traits, both visually and narratively, the Apothecary Diaries gives viewers an easy shorthand to understand and to love Mao Mao. It's not just telling us who she is, it's showing us who she is in a way that feels natural, clever, and fun. And there's also another clever layer to the cat portrayal. Honestly, it fits perfectly with this series' mystery driven storytelling. Cats are natural observers. They sit quietly, just watching everything going on around them and waiting for the right moment to pounce. And that's exactly how Mao Mao approaches the mysteries of the palace. Think about the way that she investigates things. She doesn't march into a room demanding answers. Instead, she lingers around the edges, watching silently as others go about their business. She doesn't loudly announce accusations or give grand displays of logic. Instead, she just simply lurks in the background, collects the details, and slowly pieces the whole truth together. And then when the time is right, she delivers her conclusions in a way that they feel sudden, but they feel earned, like a cat leaping after its prey. The cat imagery also helps balance the tone. Mysteries in anime can often feel heavy or honestly kind of overly complicated, but Maomao's cat-like mannerisms, they keep it fun and entertaining for the viewers. Even when dealing with poisons or illness or various palace intrigues, it's her reactions, whether it's a sly smirk, a sharp head tilt, or just a playful experiment, they all add a layer of charm that makes the audience enjoy the process just as much as the outcome. And then finally, her feline curiosity ensures the mysteries don't feel forced. Outside of a few instances, she isn't really dragged into cases against her will, and she isn't solving them to prove herself to others. Instead, it's her natural instinct that drives her on to keep investigating, no matter what the danger is. And that authenticity makes the story flow organically. It keeps us believing in every case that she tackles. Even if the cases themselves that she is forced to intervene with, she often feels like she needs a push, like some extra ounce of motivation to make the situation more interesting and compelling to make her actually want to go and solve the case. And that's just what makes the mystery solving aspect of the Apothecary Diaries so much more dynamic. It isn't just the mystery that entertains us, it's how Mao Mao uncovers it. It's her cat like methods of investigation that turn each case not just into an intellectual puzzle, but a performance of her personality. So, why does portraying Mao Mao like a cat work so well? Because it's more than just a cute quirk or a little gimmick for the show, it's a fully realized storytelling choice. It shows her personality in a way that we immediately recognize. It highlights her contrast with the strict world of the palace, it makes her emotionally engaging to watch, it even strengthens the mystery elements of the story. Instead of telling us who Mao Mao is, the series shows us through her behavior and imagery that just feels natural and entertaining and clever. And that's what transforms her from just another smart protagonist into one of the most distinctive heroines in modern anime, and what makes Malthal just really unforgettable as a character. All right, well, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed watching this breakdown. And if you want to see more anime deep dives like this, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And as a reminder, I'm still trying to work towards that 1,000 subscriber number. So thanks for sticking around and let me know in the comments, like, what's your favorite Mao Mao cat moment in the series? Well, until next time, stay curious, just like Mao Mao.